Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we finally managed to make a bit of breakthrough in here. We gained quite a bit, well, a decent bit of land in here, let's just say. And the enemy is starting to be very much at the back foot in here, although they did do a landing over here by the looks of it. Which, well, we did a bit of an artillery strike there already this round, so hopefully that'll be good enough. But let's, without further delay, let's get to the next round already. A bit of an airstrike in the north. And in the center. A bit of artillery strike in the south. Oh, they're definitely pulling back a lot of troops. Which means free real estate. I think they brought even more troops onto the island, actually. Ooh, the 11th Grenadier Infantry Brigade's leader has stepped down. That's not great, but we didn't have any... Well, we did have some battles. We didn't lose anything. Once again. We didn't really kill anything either, admittedly, but... Regardless, so now they... Oh, yeah, they brought in some headquarters. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull back here, behind the river. Or the waters, so that at least we will give them a little bit land. They've got their makeshift port already, which I can't really do too much about. But what we can do is we can finally get a road between here, so that we can then move our tanks across the river. So what do they have in here? They got some... Oh, there's a decent bit of armors actually in there. Probably should have taken care of that corner first, but that's alright. I'll worry about that later. Now, should I suppose I could move this one along the northern coast, because we've got the rocket artillery in the middle and another one along the southern coast. They got a lot of grenadiers in here in the defense posture. How much? They got okay attack against heavy targets, but it's not too bad. Get some infantry in here, I suppose. Oh, we can't actually... No, we can send one of these across the river. Most of them cannot, but at least some of them can. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of tanks in field training and all that. I suppose they've had to get so much reinforcement into various troops that they are now trying to retrain everything, and that's not going very quickly. So I guess we'll start sending these northwards, at least to... Well, I suppose we can transfer them all the way there. Although they're not moving very fast with the artillery in tow, but that's alright. We'll worry about that one later. Right, so we've got artillery over, or the air over there. We could probably move them in either here. That'd be there. So yeah, we can move this flak guns in the center here then, I guess. We do have another set of infantry. I guess these could help at least hold some of that. And then this infantry can join in here. We got the flak guns in the north, which could probably move in closer. Do they have... We don't know if they have any planes in here, admittedly. We could attack with the... tanks here along the road. I don't think it's going to be too bad of a situation for us. Well, we did lose a specialist and a set of tanks. We did destroy 200 of the infantry, so I think they actually got the better hand on that battle right now. Because we're still low on action points and fuel in here. We need to get a bit more all-rounders, but I suppose that's fine. Let's have a look at the replacement troops. So we need a bit of armor. We'll just get another set of dragons, I suppose. At least we already have a decent bit. So let's have a look at the decisions. Right, bureaucratic point production goes from 990 to... Syndic Union. How much of a relations do we have those? Happiness 89. I'm going to refuse that. Oh, government did... Okay, well, that's fine. Major worker strike in Kathmandu's... 40-80% of the work. Okay, yeah, we might need to give up into some demands there. Alienators are entering Albertus, so we could try to explain the things. Oh, they understood the message. Excellent. So no danger from that. Good. Military genius in 1st Independent Machine Gun Battalion. Oh, did we have any demands for certain... Right, Broshaki things. Okay, that's still... I think we are building at least one. Maybe? I'm not actually entirely sure. Okay, so if we look at these then, we could increase the enforcement a bit further. Or we could try to increase the meritocracy to be a little bit higher. I'm gonna still leaning pretty heavily into democracy, so I'm gonna go enforcement and democracy. Take that as you will. We've got a decent bit of fuel at least in the stockpiles, but how much of that is gonna get delivered, I don't know. Is that one right? Oh, that's just grassy plains actually. Okay. I could do a quick little range attack on that one. There we go, at least a little bit hits there. We do have more metal heads in here, which would probably attack along the road. It's going to be probably a bit easier. If we can cut them off from the airfield in here, that would be quite nice. We can also move these in already, so they've got a bit of infantry in here. I'm pretty sure that our infantry will be able to deal with them fairly well. Of course, oh, that means that they probably don't have air force in here in the vicinity. So if we were to do an air attack on that one, for example, or maybe we could just deal more damage to the troops on the road. I'm going to send the Apaches there just in case. Okay, no, they didn't send anyone in there. Not much damage. We've got a couple hits, but that's about it. The readiness is pretty low at this stage, at least, so that's good. They won't be doing much next round. So, what else do we... Well, we've got some more all-rounders in here. Oh, this is one of the independent... I'm just going to bring it over here to the crossroad. Now, at this stage, I think we might start removing some of the roads at least, like that one. It's going to cost us a little bit, but it's just going to make this mess look a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And also over here, we could probably remove that one. I don't know if we want to remove this road quite yet. I suppose we could. And then I guess this one could just move along the road. We've got the barriers in here. They're in a pretty good location for now. But of course, we did to remove... Let's actually have a look at the bottlenecks. Okay, so we... remove the road up to there. Technically speaking, we could remove the rest of that now. There we go. So that's a little bit less of a convoluted supply system. Still probably pretty bad overall, but it'll at least be slightly better. We could probably get an airfield over here at Monroe now. And it would only be a level 1 at the beginning, but at least it's better than nothing. Do we have an air or railroad going in here? We do have a railhead in there, yes. So that does help. And there's plenty of room for supplies to flow through there. So we put back in the Unsung, or Island of Unsung for now. At least we can dig in, and I suppose if they are sending a lot of infantry in here, then if we just dug in well, I don't think they'll be having a lot of easy time breaking us, let's just say. Although, I suppose some of their troops are probably fairly high quality, all things considered. But I still don't think it's going to be quite enough to break our troops. A bit of RPGs down there, so we are kind of starting to round this port. Oh, well, actually, it's just an airbase in here. Okay. But regardless, we're slowly removing that one. We can bring in our air guns a little bit closer as well to keep that area secure against the enemy planes. We could try to destroy a little bit of the enemy artillery in here. Don't have a lot of action points in there, though. Well, we destroyed 10 guns. That's good. Pushing them further and further back. They're slowly recovering their troops in here, though, so that's going to cause some issues later on, but I guess... no, we don't actually have a lot of... Well, I guess we could actually send these in. RPGs and all that. They might get attacked pretty heavily, though. So we'll see how that goes. But the less we give them room to sort of retreat into out of the provinces, the better it is for us. This one's fairly low on readiness. So they'll probably be taking quite a bit of losses if we did attack with the infantry. But we don't really have any anti-tank weapons in here. I mean, the machine guns can do some damage. They do a lot of hits. Actually, how many hits do they do? No, it's only one hit. Okay, never mind. So it might not even be that much. Maybe we'll just save a little bit of the action points for now. But at least we advanced quite nicely in there. Let's have a look at the southern front. So they brought in their artillery once again over here. We could maybe move these tanks over there, as well as these... Well, we've got the anti-tank guns in there. That's probably good enough. We don't have a lot of fuel in here in the south, so we won't be doing too much. We could potentially do a quick and dirty little air attack with the Hueys. That no, we can't reach that one. I don't think they have anything to counteract us, but we'll just wait there, recover a little bit of the strength and all that. Over here, the artillery is brought along. Oh, right. I think they've started retreating a little bit. This could also just be a trap and trying to get us in here. You know what? We'll go there regardless. Did we... Oh, right. These are the scout vehicle. Oh, yeah. They got a lot of tanks and all that. Now, admittedly, we're still going to be defending in mountains. We start with 125 entrenchment, and their attack modifier is going to be with tanks minus 50%. Plus, we do have some trimmer gun 3s, which have okay damage. And good hit points and all that. We could maybe use the Cobras a lot. No, the Cobras do not have the range. Apaches don't have the range right now either. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I mean, we could retreat one of these back, but I suppose we won't be able to do the same for both, so we'll just hold there for now. We can send these in, cause a bit of pressure, so they might retreat these as well, if possible. Probably not going to happen, though. We've got the barriers there, still keeping everything secure. We've still got some of the motorcycles in here. We could maybe attack that with our infantry. Oh, right, we don't have a commander for that one right now. Okay, well, we could probably still use these to destroy the enemy in there. There we go, we killed 100 and we didn't lose anything. Took a few hits, but that's alright. And now we cut off the road there, actually. So that's brilliant. So this one, I mean, it will still probably have supplies coming from somewhere, but it is going to cause some issues for the logistics regardless. And then over here, we could try to cut them off there. Would that be smart? Oh, right, yeah, we're getting the artillery in here as well. Not a lot of action points to do attacks there. So we're not going to do that yet. We could maybe move this one closer, but I suppose there's the enemy tanks there, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Alternatively, we could try to move in here, but they would probably just cut us off. So maybe not right now. I guess the western front or northwestern front is going to stay as is. We could do another battle over here with the tanks. It's probably still just that one same 100 that we are going to be pushing back again. Yeah, that seems to be the case. What about our tanks? Oh, there we go. Now we can use these to do a bit of a counterattack. I'm not going to use the recon vehicles for this battle in particular. Clearly we didn't need to. Let's see, that's 600 enemies. That's pretty decent. I could actually move in here. And then the scout vehicles can probably take out the remaining in here. Well, maybe not. Well, we killed 100. We also lost 10 of our scout vehicles, so that's a bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and get the replacement real quick. Luckily, we'll get the rovers now, which are a bit better. And no doubt we'll be able to deal a lot more damage in the long run. One of the things that I should probably also start doing is upgrading units like this one. Should be relatively cheap to upgrade. And that's also going to start getting rid of a lot of these old units that aren't really needed anymore. Ah, right, this is the all-rounders. So I've got the artillery. I guess that's mostly fine, so I guess we're pretty much ready for the next round. Although we still got some colonists to send, so I guess those could go for the hidden village, because I know that hidden village needs a lot more workers. There we go, so that at least fixing the situation up there. We've got a decent bit of terrain over there to hold over. Or hold on to. Oh, right, and we got the bikers in here, finally. Let's go ahead and send... Oh, okay, well, we know that there's some enemies in there, then. I'm not going to attack those. But now we at least got a little bit of information. I'm pretty sure that we are going to have some battles here shortly. Hopefully we can hold them back. I mean, we're going to be digging in soon. Hopefully... Oh, actually, are we out of... We are out of ammo. Don't think we have any ammo. Right, so since... Can I actually assign this one... Change HQ. Ah, right, so it would have to be the other one. Okay, so we're going to be kind of out of ammo here for a little bit. Even though we got some stuff in here, but I guess the units won't be... Yeah, no, I don't think I can do much over here. Right, well, let's get to the next round, shall we? It's a bit of a movement on the Timoni side of things. They might be attacking us in several locations. We haven't really been strengthening our positions over there recently. So that's given them plenty of time to recuperate their losses earlier. Oh, I think... Oh, they're fighting over there to the north. They're having a different war. That's good, they're all focusing on us, so we might be able to get the supply situation fixed. We just need to get the contract probably on, and then that'll be taking care of it. We killed 100 infantry, that was just the serpents. Hey, there we go, the production assets is at least 21. And launcher optimization. Our launchers will lack quite a degree of accuracy. If we could research deeper into improving communication between missile or rocket and launcher, we could get much better combat performance of our launcher weapons. Okay, that could be quite useful, actually. Have a look at the decisions. No need to change the budget, I don't think. New demand, production point production from 1,000 to 1,126. How many rounds would we have for that one? 9? No, 11, I think. I mean, it's not impossible, but we don't really have that much necessarily. Well, you know, we'll take it. We might lose a little bit of stuff because of that, but that's alright. Workers in Kathmandu are harassed. Oh, we could send the troops. We could try to investigate. That would make everyone like me, but the difficulty is fairly high. We probably wouldn't succeed in that. I'm just going to send the troops. So 100 militants were killed. At least we were successful. Minor worker strike in Ansang D. I guess, I'm giving just some of their demands. Then Sir Jody has a small... Well, that's not going to be too expensive either. Walker agitator in Hidden Village. We could investigate who the agitator is, but it's fairly likely to be very problematic. We've given some of their demands. Well, I suppose we'll do that one. We can get some more money if need be, so it's not the end of the world. Roaming thieves in Ansang D. Yes, you will have my full support. Ah, there we go. We succeeded. Danger did increase tiny bit, but it's not too bad. Waste disposal accident in Hidden Village. Yes, you will have my full support. Success. Danger increased by 3%, but that's about it. Ah, right. Now we need a new commander for the 11th Grenadier Infantry Brigade. I suppose Mr. Simon over here could be slightly better. I guess we are making pretty good progress. I mean, we're still quite low on fuel and all that. So there's definitely problems brewing. Go ahead and get rid of infantry over here to the flank. We could probably destroy the enemy tanks here. Okay, not destroy, but at least push them back. We're moving a bit of infantry there to help holding that area. Although we could probably send some of these dragons also down that way. Maybe these can move in as well. Oh, there we go. There's a bit of... Oh, there's tanks in field training there. Huh. Alright then. We'll move the rocket organs into the central position there. Did we start building an airfield in here? No, we just got the supply base built. We might want to build an airfield there shortly. But also, this is starting to get pretty far away from Kazoo Rapture itself, so we might have to get another city in here. I mean, I suppose this place, Corona, is going to be probably good enough as a location. We'll move in the AA guns a little bit closer. I suppose we've got a bit more infantry to move into the forest. We're going to move the bikers as well. So they do not have anything on the airfield in here. Well, no planes in the airfield, rather. They got a bit of troops on the road. I'm going to have these trimmer guns go to the flank, actually. Oh, there's a lot more troops to do the rear now. A bit more troops to sit on the road itself. These could technically speaking do an airstrike or artillery strike into here. Oh, there we go. We destroyed some of the guns. That's about it. We've got some hits at least, so it's not at the end of the world. These flak guns definitely need to start moving closer. And these flak guns need to try to keep up as well. Well, we've got a lot of flak guns in the region at least. That's good. We've got these all runners. I'm going to let them stay there for a while. Or at least around to be as a bit of a strategic reserve. We might need a bit more tanks by the looks of it. Maybe some of them did not get deployed all the way in here. It's a bit far away. I'm just going to pull that one back. I'm going to send these one in to be a little bit closer. And maybe in the not too distant future we can start attacking there. I'm going to send this one up north to clear out that, and then we can send it back south and start encircling, or at least enclosing this airfield from the north. These could potentially move in, but I think we're just going to hold over here right now. I mean, if we go there, we might get attacked from so many directions that we wouldn't be able to hold. And since we got the infiltration, our defense is a bit reduced. So that's probably going to be the better option anyway. So we can't really attack too much in there. We can't. Well, we could maybe use the infantry to try to attack, but I don't know if that would go all that well. So let's have a look at the southern front. They were still doing a lot of attacks in here. We could probably use the all-rounders to at least deal some damage. There's a lot of artillery and man-pads, a bit of tanks as well. Okay, they pushed us back. What's that? Oh, it's an all-rounder. Okay, well, we are going to get another dragon then in the meanwhile. So that will fix some of the... It will be a bit more effective in here. Let's just say. At least the infantry's dug in fairly well, so I'm not too worried about the situation. And we do have the tanks in here. Maybe it's time to start pushing the southern flank a bit further. We keep the air guns there, we could, or the anti-tank guns in there, rather. I'm gonna... Well, I could attack here. At the same time, I could probably just wait for a round. Although we could use the... You know what? I'm gonna use this and the tanks to destroy some of the enemy tanks in there. Oh, there we go. That's at least 10 destroyed. And we push them back. So we're slowly taking over the ground in here. I don't know if I want to move to the grassy plains with the infantry, quite frankly, without any other support right now, because it is potentially going to get attacked pretty hard, and the entrenchment over there is going to be, well, it's going to take a while, let's just say. So yeah, that's not really going to be a good idea. Oh, they did move away a lot of the troops in here. They still got the hold the line in there, but they seem to be having some fuel issues, at least, on that unit. Not necessarily all of them, mind you, but some of them at least. I could perhaps go ahead and get a bit of dirt road up to the mountains here. Just so that we can get the supplies closer to these troops. I'm not going to build the road all the way through until I'm ready to start pushing through there, which is probably not going to be anytime soon. We've got a bit of tanks over here in the open. We could try to destroy them with the infantry. But I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile right now. Oh, what do they have here? There's artillery on the road. Might take a little bit of losses in here, but at the same time, seems to be quite effective counterattack here. So 20 enemy guns destroyed. We did reduce our entrenchment a little bit, which is less than ideal. But at the same time, destroying some of the enemy units is probably worth it, let's be honest. We got 200 leopards in here. Okay. At least we got partial surrounding on that one. I think what we could do is do a quick little range attack with the artillery in here. These aren't really all that experienced. Oh, right, they got the artillery there as well. Okay. So they got some hits on us, but we didn't really destroy anything. But at least we're keeping the western front somewhat stable, at least for now. Looks like the enemies are not in here anymore. We could maybe move that one closer, and maybe this one. Oh, there we go. Now we can see them. How about we give them a bit of hell? They got some hits in us, or towards us, but we also destroyed already 300 of them. There's still all 3 of those units were retreating now. Just gonna move the tanks a little bit forward, so we've got a lot more options to attack towards. Move this one to the flank, hold that area, and then we've got our own tanks in here, which don't really have the action points right now to attack anyway, but, you know, it's good enough for now. We've got some more rovers in here, but also we do not have the action points to attack there. And then in the east, we've got some more potential for recon. I think there might still be some serpents in here. Plus, I didn't realize that... Oh, we've got at least a little bit of information about this island here now. Don't know what's in there. Speaking of islands, though, how is Antung doing? So they've... Oh. Right, so Hochstein's taken a decent bit of land. Then Atinan Commune's got a little bit there. They also got... Oh, no, these are... Okay. These are just the animals that we've been fighting. That they're now fighting. Do we have... We don't have any fuel here yet. Let's go ahead and get the... Maritime Trade House contract. Be in the transport. Yeah, transport contract. Susie... Oh, bollocks. We may have done that on a wrong location. Actually, no, that was the exactly correct location. Good. We will need a bit more money for it, though, so let's have a look at what could we sell. We could probably sell more radio access, although maybe not that much. They're not really that good value right now. We could maybe sell some machinery. Like, I don't know, 100 machines at least. And we can sell some rare earth metals for a bit of money. We can sell maybe, I don't know, 500. Actually, we've got almost 5,000. We can afford selling a lot more. There we go, that's a little bit better. That did already move, so I think the eastern front is more or less taken care of already. We could maybe use the infantry to do some attacking. But at the same time, I don't want to attack too risky locations necessarily yet. So we can just hold off for now. But we've definitely taken a lot of land, and we are about to reach the Narrows in here. It's probably going to take another round or 2 at least before we can start getting through this area. But well, I suppose next round we might be able to start attacking here, and we can cut off this area. And that means that whatever troops they have here in the south are going to get destroyed within the next 5 rounds or so, most likely. And then we can maybe get to the airfield in here. I mean, we still haven't actually captured any constructions from them. It's a bit of a shame. But anyway, let's get to the next round, shall we? Actually, no, we're not going to get to the next round quite yet, because I realized that we need to send in a bit more colonists over here, and I think Hidden Village is still going to be the one where we send the colonists to join as workforce, just so that we can get some of the things operational in here. We've got quite a few things that aren't really producing properly yet. They're just barely being able to do the maintenance in there. But at least we're not losing those buildings right now either, so that's good. Ooh, the shotgun model is going to be done fairly shortly. Aircraft ruggedness is already 50%, and energy gun optimization 46%. Motorized grenadier infantry army is basically done already, and radiation cleansing is at 16% as well. Alright, well, let's get to the next round now. A lot of movements on the Somalis fronts, but not a lot of action. But of course, there's a good chance that they've also sort of overextended their supply lines a little bit, so they might not have enough fuel to run everything. Which is kind of the same problem as we are having right now. Ammo, we've got plenty. Fuel is not getting delivered enough. Oh, there's a bit of airstrike. They brought some planes already in here. Into Ansang. We definitely need to get some more reinforcements in there. Of course, once we get the headquarters and the troops across, well, then we can just switch those to the second SHQ. And that way the supplies are going to be taken care of. And we can continue the fighting. So no losses, no kills. And there we go, solid. So we have the blocker, now we have a solid. And we got the motorized grenadier infantry. And quite a few other things. Let's have a look at the decisions real quick. Private assets reach from... Oh, we just need one more. Okay, yeah, we can take that one quite easily. Right, we don't need to change the priorities. Design target. Suppose we've got a lot of better planes now. Could upgrade maybe the medium helicopter. Apaches, for example, we could take that one. Which is the fighter helicopter. We've got the heavy rotor engine, which is probably still good enough. I reckon. I mean, let's see. The efficiency is 10. So that's not too bad. We'll go with the heavy rotor engine. It's probably good enough. The fuel tank, 1200 might be quite a bit. And, ooh, right. We could either go for the light air-to-air missiles, or we can stick to the heavy machine gun. I suppose the heavy machine gun does have a bit more air firepower. So we'll stick to that one. It's not quite as heavy either, although it's a bit more expensive to build. But that's alright. And then air-to-ground weapons, we don't actually need anything in there, unless we put in, like, very small rockets. How much is that? It's another 100 weight, though. Does give air firepower as well. We'll put in the very small rockets, then. No cargo space. So what is the distance? It's only 6 hexes. Okay, we might want to remove the other stuff then, but it's got an okay range, I guess. We'll redo that real quick. Okay, so now it's 7 hexes. So it's slightly better. I mean, it should have at least better hit points. And that'll be done in like a round or so. And now we need to operationalize another thing. We could go for the heavy storm infantry. Wait, storm infantry is the one with the light tanks, isn't it? So maybe not. Well, I mean, we could go for that one. Admittedly. There's also the heavy assault infantry. Mechanized RPG infantry army. Oh, we could go with the motorized heavy siege infantry army. Actually, that's not a bad one. And then we've got a lot of customization points. Which is one that we'd be using a lot. I mean, there's some of the independent stuff, of course. Oh, wait, hold on. I mean, if we go for the... I know there should be the automated turret somewhere. Automated machine gun battalion. So if we add in, let's say... Well, it has, what, 500 automated machine guns? If we put in, like, a little bit of flak guns in there, it could be perfect for a garrison too. I think 20 flak guns will do. I don't think we'll be using that much of them anyway. We'll call it the automatic garrison. And there we go, that should be good. Italian recruitment drive in Spike. They would give us a lot of money, admittedly. This is Zoriadip. Actually, it is questionable behavior, but we'll not stop them. That does mean that a lot of our leaders will hate us, but we need to improve our relations with them before we do the contract. So first of all, we'll need to select the target, I believe. So, unload in on Zhate. And embark from Yeso again. Could technically speaking transport from Kazoo as well, I guess. Actually, no, we don't have a port in there. Yeso it is. And then, let's see, how much is that going to be? That's going to be bloody expensive, isn't it? We don't really need too much logistical points, though. So if we go for the 3,000, it's going to be 8 rounds. So it's a bit expensive. But it will give us enough time to get the troops in there on the other side. And we can also start bringing some more troops in. And these can at least get to the road. And technically speaking, I could probably just go ahead and use the strategic movement to get in there. Sooner rather than later. It will cause a bit of logistical issues, but it's not too bad. And next round we can transport all of these over. And then we can just assign them under the... Well, some of them over at least. And assign them under this headquarters so we can get the supplies in. We did get attacked a little bit, but we're holding our ground for now. Are we? The Tiran commune, they're blackmailing us, but they're not too bad right now. I guess they might be fighting a war against... I don't know, actually, if they're fighting a war between Tiran and... Let's have a look real quick. Oh, they are at war with Holstein and Mainstrom. Oh. So they landed between 2 hostile areas there. Okay, well, you do you, I guess. You do you, but with that, we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.